And this should be live, no? I hope this is live. Checking. Nothing's coming here. Submitting. Okay, so here we are live. So, hello, this is Victor. We are here with a new live painting. Just I'm going to check that everything is working well. I always like to double check in my phone that I'm not talking here alone in the room, thinking that I'm casting and I'm not doing anything. So today I'm able to go earlier as well. Yeah. Here, no. Take this one. We check on YouTube that I'm live. Let's see if I'm fitting here. Look for myself. Here we are. Well, since we are live, once this ad is over. Okay, perfect. So it seems this is working, and yeah, and we are going to be painting some miniatures tonight. So let me first show what I have painted first before going live. So here you can see I've been painting some Stormcast. Okay, so this is what I've been painting during the week. I really like how this looks like. Okay, I'm painting the Vindictors, I think these are called. I really like this lady. I think these are nice miniatures. Okay, you have another one. Okay, so tonight I think I will be painting some tokens for some things from Curse City. So this is the skeleton, and we're going to this is, yeah, I'm almost done, so I need just to tidy up this one, and yeah, maybe I will be painting small things like the imp and like these rats here. Okay, so let's go to the table. Let me take off myself from here. And we will be able to start soon. For water. So for that I went for some water for me to drink, and we're gonna start painting this. So first of all I want to finalize the work on this guy. Okay, it's almost done. We've just add some rust around there. And you can do the rust. In that case I will use this orange color. This is almost like using Risa rust. Okay. We are going to take this color and add it. And you take the advantage that this color is quite translucent. You can do it a little bit down. One more than the other you can do. Like that should be enough. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Here. Now I'm going to do a little bit of dry brushing on the wood because it's a little bit too flat. I will use XV88. I will use lighter color. I will use Tire Sun. No, I will start with XV88 and then Tire Sun if I need lighter. Okay. I think next week I will do a tutorial on the weekly on the other one. So there are two of these tokens. It's been quite a very fast pen job what I did here. I will do a tutorial on how to do this type of thing because it's really a fast work and I think overall looks good. You can see I go with a very heavy dry brushing. I think this will be good enough. At the end you want to give the sensation of all wood, damage, weathered. That is enough. The last thing is this looks like a plant trying to go there. I'm going to use a contrast paint and finalize this. With camo can do the work. We can apply this here. And we have this token. Because this is almost like a token or decoration, you have this ready to go to tabletop. The only thing we can do, if you want, let's do it. We can do very soft dry brushing with bone color. I will take some of this. Looking for a soft brush. We take, for example, we can take Wraith. We will take the lighter one too. We can take Blade Flash. Take some paint. This one we are going to dry it quite well. Check them. Here you want to make a look old bones. You don't need anything extremely looking great. So just put something like that. will do the work. We have a nice hanging skeleton. And it's really nice on all the Curse City miniatures. I like to do the rim in Corpus Black. I mean, this is one of the most pleasant things to do. Do the rim of the miniature, just meaning that the miniature is done and ready for tabletop. So Horus Heresy is out there already. It seems that it has been a very successful launch for the Games Workshop. To be fair, I did not buy anything from Horus Heresy. I was thinking about, but it's a lot of money now that I cannot spend on that. So I have some Horus Heresy miniatures from the Betrayal of Chaos and from the Prospero Bones. Until I don't have this painted, I will not. Maybe I will buy the books, some of the books, not all of them neither, just in case. But yeah, not. I need to be choiceful. I cannot be everywhere, and I don't have the time to paint everything. So this is the reason I did not. I decided to go into that. Here we have another token. Let's put it. This is the gravestone from the. This is one thing I can show. So I'm working on this guy. Okay. I'm working on this guy, but it's a tutorial, so I cannot do. I need to cannot do it here in live because I'm working it for a tutorial. I'm going to paint here the roses. We are going to use flesh tears. Really a nice red blue. Like that. There's no item breaker. Imagine that these are like a metallic thing to hold the gravestone in place. Is the stick. With their armor for like bell. Today we are going to be doing speed painting. These things can be done quite fast. We also want to thank all the Patreon and supporters of the channel. I really appreciate them. And yeah, if you are passing by, don't hesitate to drop a question. I'm here to help you on your questions that you may have. I always can adapt my life to cover any question that you may have. This is the main purpose of this life, is to be able to help you on your painting. I decided today not to paint the Strongest Eternals, to do something different. But I can also go back to the Strongest Eternals if you like it. No. Here we are. Now I need to wait that this dries because I want to do. Well, it's the only thing I can do, even though it's not fully dry. I can put some rust on the bell. I'm using the Nickelite oxide, of course. I'm imagining that the bell is made of brass, something like that. I just want to add a little bit of bluish tone. We'll let it dry. We can paint one of these imps. I will paint them in gray, like being rock. So I will do first the imp, and I will do the the chest at the end, because I want to dry brush it. I will make the look of a rock on these guys. So let's take Basilicanum Gray. we start applying this very dark gray on the contrast. I will paint them like the gargoyles of the what you can find in the Gothic gargoyles. I know that have more the demon aspect, but as it is for the cursed city, then we're going to do yellow eyes. Let's see. So we're going to paint all the ink with this Basilicum gray. You can see it's a very dark gray, very close. I would love to see more a medium tone gray on the contrast page, but the one they create is very dark. I'm not sure there's any one. The other one is bluish, the one I use from time to time. But here I don't want to use the bluish gray. No. And it looks like it has quite a nice texture on the skin. Now we need to wait that this dries as well. If I accumulate too much, I will remove a little bit the excess. I want to make the wing membranes lighter. When you apply a contrast, like a wash, look after that you haven't accumulated too much in some parts. You can see now looks quite nice. Again, we will need to wait that this dries. Wait. Now let's do these big nasty rats. Yeah, I'm not squid that I want to clean up then. I'm using grace here that I have it on my wet palette. see, this one is not fully dry. I need to wait. But I need to do one thing here. I forgot. I need to do these things there. I will use agarose dune, so I will make it like that pan. It's still a little bit wet on the roses, so but we can work on the candles. So the candles, I want them to glow in a little bit orangey color. I'm going to use first Fire Dragon Bright. Some here. I don't need too much. We do like that. I want to go a little bit over the edge here. Like that. And now we are going to take Flash Hit Yellow. And a yellow will do the work. It's a small quantity yellow that we have to put. Yellow like that. Now I'm going to do small dry brushing. Blended brown. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to do is to apply Agave Earthshade. will make the roses look darker as well. It will create a lot of depth on the roses. This can be used as well for any type of objective token or anything that you will like it on a undead army. So I think these things are ideal for objective tokens. On regular Age of Sigmar games. Or any type of token that you may need. You need to wait that this dries. Let's do the rats. These rats you can have different directions. You can start with a flesh stone, you can start with a it's quite tricky what to do here because you have the skin, then you have the hair, you have the bone going through. Let's start with the skin tone and we are going to putrefy the skin tone. So we start with a very light skin tone. Dark oat flesh. Because these are like zombie rats. It's not of this one. Here there is hair, so I guess there is some skin underneath. I think that this part has skin, the other part does not have skin. the ear, so it should be skin. The ear have no bone. You have no ear there. You have hair. Do it just like that. Okay, and then here I'm going for a fast painting. Okay, so I'm not going for something very sophisticated. I will mainly play with the contour paints to achieve the objective of painting them fast. Dry brushing techniques, all techniques that I can use to do them tabletop ready. A nice tabletop ready, right? A nice tabletop color painting. I will not go to compete with this type of miniatures, right? Here is this is the one. I will just put it back in white, so I don't miss it later on. Okay, let it dry. We do the other one. The Curse City is a great kit. So you have very nice undead miniatures. The skeletons are very nice. I will enjoy painting them. The zombies, it depends a lot of the taste. Maybe you find it a little bit too busy miniatures, but I will say they are also good. And then you have nice tokens, you have nice heroes, nice vampires. Overall, it's a nice set, and it can be used not only in Curse City, so you can use it in RPGs as well. So it's a kit that it's really nice, and I'm happy to have it. And I hope they release this year some additional things for Curse City. And here I went too fast and I went over the bone again. Okay, just like that. You see more the detail when you apply the contrast paint. Is when you really can see some of the detail of the miniature sometimes. These are really creepy rats. Eh? Here I realize that the bone is visible. But pardon me, if we have some small mistakes, you can do correction later on. It's not going to be the end of the world. You can complain that maybe the contest paints are a little bit too expensive. but they really do the job they have been designed for. These still have some liquid, so I'm going to wait now because they are not fully dry. I need them to dry before working more. So what we can do, we are not going to be here doing nothing. So let's start prepare these ones as well. These are really nice miniatures. Very few zoom out a little bit. Oh, this is good. Bit noise. Let me just put it correctly. It should be better. I need to move up a little bit. No. So here I need to see how I do this, guys. The bases. I didn't think about how I will do the bases. I will do this on camera on tutorials. I will do it on this one here on this lady. It's a lady. This one. So I think I will do. Let's start with Zygor Brown. Gorgonta. I think I will use Gorgonta. I will not go that. And we can see the details nicely. Gorgunta is like Moorfrong Brown with Agak Ershade White. Very close to that. For me, it's a nice time saver, the Quantum Space. These two warbands from the Nether Maze, I love them. That's the design. And I played the other day with the Asian ones, and they really perform well. I was very happy how they performed. I was lucky with my rolls, to be fair. The two games I played. But the first one was a very tight game all the time, except at the end, when finally I managed to kill the opponent's leader and winning the game. Because by killing the opponent's leader, I score a lot of points. The second one was against the first one was against the Banshees. Okay, the Banshees were as well very aggressive towards me. I killed all the last miniature I killed was the Banshee. I was trying to score all the time. The objective that we played rivals, so I was playing with this Kevin directly with Skaven cards. And there is one that you score if you have 3 meters against the same opponent. And I didn't manage to score this one at the end because I always was killing always the opponent with my attack. So I was, yeah, I could have played conservative and not to attack, but I thought it's better to attack to kill it. And if I don't score it, bad luck. No, but it's called the glory point for killing. So I end up killing the 4 banshees. And in my case, I lost the 2 minions. So at the end, I score big time. The second game I play against the Crimson Court, the vampires, but I did not use the Skaven deck. I used the Illusory deck, the Illusory Might deck. And yeah, I was lucky because he was failing a lot the attacks, and I managed to kill the Prince Duval just in the first round, inspiring all my warband. And at the end of the second round, he only had the lady alive. And I was in position to start scoring all the objectives I have. So, because he had to play very aggressively towards me, but I score also if I'm in his board. So, at the end, I was in his board scoring my points. This base, I really like it. These are nice bases. But they look more for Visgoid than really for Harrowdeep. It's curious that they make the bases thematic to the warband and not thematic to the season. I was expecting more them to be thematic to the season and not to the warband. Quite a curious choice. Just going to check one thing. Another option is, I was thinking if I remove them from the base, but I think I will need to. Yeah. I will need to remove them from the base. There we go. And now with the time we spend doing this, we should have the other meters dry. think I will wait a little bit more, but we can go on the bats. On the rats, what we can do now is we can put a green shade will be very green. We can go for, we can do the bone and then do, go with, let's do the bone. See how it looks like everything. The option is to go, I will go purplish wash. I'm going to use Rachi Violet. Here we have. Do this one as well. The only problem working with washes and contrast that you always need to wait a little bit that all dries before doing the next step. On the other side, you can go quite fast. This case is because you don't have too much miniatures, and each of them is different than the other. And I'm not doing the second in because I want to do proper tutorial. Okay, we need to wait again that this dries. So this is how the imp looking like. The problem with the contest, sometimes you will see that there is some parts where it did not go perfectly there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take downstone. Paint them with downstone. Quite important step. Make sure that you have a nice solid base before doing the dry brushing. So downstone is too light for dry brushing. We are going to start dry brushing with administrative gray. In that case, we are going to take one of our very soft brushes just for makeup. We're going to check what I still have alive, because I used a lot of them. And I will need to buy a new pack of makeup brushes. Let's take some water. So we are using this brush, very soft. We're going to start with downstone. Get some, get too much. You don't want to take too much. To be fair, these brushes can take a lot of paint. So try not to take too much. Dry it well, and then we start dry brushing. Yeah, we really want to give this rock look. And now we can go a little bit lighter. I'm going to use Glacier. This one you have to be very careful, it's very light. Discharge the brush well. Okay, there we go. This is perfect. You can see with a nice rock look. What I would recommend to finalize that is to do a wash with Agwex Earthshade. But we can do this after doing the chest because we want to wash everything. Yes, I will do after doing the chest. So we are going to paint the chest. We are going to go back to Acontos paint, and I'm going to use Snake Bite Leather. I know that it's called leather, but it's also very nice for medium tone wood. Sorry, I used the wrong one. This was using the skeleton board. We can use the skeleton board now that we started. You will see that also with that. Later on, adding the Agwex shade will also give us. So this is a very light wood tone. But it's not going to be a problem. Because later on, we are going to give a wash with Agwex Earthshade and we'll darken a lot this wood. It is more like a pine wood looking. We are going to darken it quite a lot later on. But yeah, okay, no problem. It will do the work. Okay, we can do the same here. We take these rats. We apply this color where they have the bone visible. You can see that they start having quite a creepy look now. And I know here the contours was not fully dry. The contours the previous wash, it's not a problem. But here if I'm mixing a little bit, I'm not too concerned. When it now I will wait that this dries. You can look over this whole our gravestone looks like. Okay, I will wait a little bit that dries more, but you can see the gravestone is looking great. We just need to highlight a little bit the roses, but they are still a little bit wet, so I don't want to mess up there. This how we are going to go back to our then to the elves. We are going to do the stones in Agarus Dunes. Now I don't want to make a mistake, and I want really to read the color So let's see. Yeah. Agar's dunes. Let's see the stones, not the bones. The bones we are going to do them. Again, I like to start these miniatures by the base. Because I want to be sure that I will not dirt on the miniature later on when I'm doing the base. The only thing we are not going to apply now is if we want to add some plants, turfs, I'm going to apply them later on. But I have the base painted. If I want to add texture, I do it now. So I always start with the base first. Yeah. Next one. Okay. Agar's dunes is nice to make this type of sand-looking rocks. Again, I'm very happy with the contrast paints. I don't have any problem with them. Next one. I said I don't want to do the bones. The ones I want to do with the skeleton forward is much lighter. And less yellowish. These guys have a very long fingers, huh? Realize that. These fingers are really long. Okay. You know it's okay. I want to do is take a little bit of weights here. And clean out this one that I painted before with salt. What will that? Okay. Got it ready. I'm going to take a little bit of Windows 5 that I have here. I will paint it. Yeah. Okay, let's wait. Sorry. Now we can work on the rules. This gravestone is ready to be finished. Let's take Mephiston Red. Take our very small branch. We are going to this step is really up to you if you want to do it or not. You can do very soft airbrushing as well. I think a little bit touch of Mephiston Red here and there is adding quite, making the roses pop up, because at the end it is the main, one of the details of the gravestone. Gravestone, tombstone, headstone. interesting the vocabulary that you can learn painting miniatures. Like playing video games. In RPG, the first thing I learned in English are the name of most of the weapons. Medieval weapons. Now you can see the roses are popping up much nicely. You don't need to highlight all the petals. There's some. Like that is okay. And the camera is much darker than in real life, I'm realizing. It's interesting that. In camera it's looking much darker than in real life. The camera is not good catching up the highlights on the red. Cameras, I don't know, they have sometimes problems with some colors, and red is one of them. Okay. So, yeah, I can tell you, in real life looks better than in the camera, at least in the monitor that they have. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Will not go. So this is the, we are going to do now the better part, the rim of the miniature. And we have another one done today. Of course, these are fast painting tokens. Almost. So these are not complicated miniatures, but you should also celebrate any miniature that you finish. If you've been for a long that you don't finish any miniature, you know, you do one of these stupid things and you will feel like finishing a thing. So after a long, I recommend if you're doing a long project that is draining a lot of your energy, do some of these small things. It will give you some energy back, some motivation back. 2 tokens. Let's see if we can finalize another token today. Just checking this one. Okay, let's do the next part. I'm going to take this one iron breaker and we're going to do the metal frame of the chest. And why not to put it in a miniature holder? This is one miniature, is better in a miniature holder. I'm not going to use my wood grinder metals. I don't need neither for that. Okay, we'll go like that. Do it here. Okay. Let's wait at this device completely, and we are going to do the wash with aqua air shade all the minute. Let's see how our rides are looking like. Okay, we can do the hair of the rats. Even with this pinkish color, they're looking quite creepy. You can do one thing before doing the hair. We can take very light green, for example, a green like this one, iron rag skin. We are going to do very soft dry brushing with this. You can see fast techniques today, all fast techniques. I will not do complicated things. We are going to go it will pick up all the hair. I don't care too much, to be fair. And I don't want to go too green because then will look more normal, and I don't want to go in this direction. Like that is okay. Let's do the next one. This will help as well to pop up some of the details of these miniatures. You can see. Okay, enough. Now we are going to use brown, and we can use two different browns to make each ride a little bit different. So let's start with tiger brown. Or we can use one brown and one gray if you want. Or whitewood. Whitewood will make them work. We take whitewood, brush whips that we have some control, and although this brush is a little bit damaged, but it's going to be good. Now we are going to do the hairy part. We are going to touch just where we have some hair. So rest of this fur, for each fur, I have to say, it's a neat this thing. We don't know if it's a woman, male or male, right? Okay. Like that. We have them all. Here we go. And see, it's looking quite creepy, this rat. So okay. Let's take another one. We're going to change to the Gorgonda Brown. Make it different. Gorgonda Brown, Snipe by Lidar, any of these would work, but I prefer the Gorgonda. Prefer to go darker browns. Zygon, no? Why is my Gorgonda? Here it is. Right. Support. And we do the same operation. There we go. There. Here. Uh, Nicely done. So we have all the heavy part on the right on. Again, we need to wait that this dries. Always the same, right? We need to wait that this dries when you try to work with washers. We go back to the imp or to the gargoyle. I don't know what this is exactly. And I'm going to apply character changes. We want to give this brown shade all over the mirror. I'm going to take a bigger brush. On the flat areas, you just want to put like a filter. You can see it's adding. For me, I like how the Aguas Earthshade is adding to it. You can know as well if you wanted this to Aguas Earthshade non oil, but I think the Aguas Earthshade gives this earthy look that will make it. Here again, we have a very light. It's better to use a darker wood, but okay. I took the wrong pot. But it's okay. We'll look okay. We'll look more like pine type of wood. And always wait until dries for judging. Because when it's wet, it's very shiny and can confuse you. Okay. I will remove a little bit from the face. I want the face to look a little bit lighter. And then we are going to do the coin and all the things, all the details that are on the eyes and so on. Okay, let's it dry and see. And now we go back to the red, and we are going to do the same wash. I got Earthshade. This will kill the pinkish look a little bit, making it look more dirty. And more unhealthy. So the end is what you are looking for. Okay. And again, we wait at this dries. You can see. I will do because I'm realizing that underneath the red is some part of the painting to the right color. I will add a lot of outer shade there. And wait that all this dries. And do this one as well. Again, we want to wait that this dries as well. Let's go back to these guys. And before doing additional work, some details there. We will need to do some dry brushing, I think. This is still a little bit wet. Yeah, this is the only problem you will have, or the main problem you will have with the contrast paints. Always will need to wait that they dry. Here I want to do some dry brushing with this color. This one, Tau Ochre. I'm going to do the same here. This will. It's a very heavy dry brush. You can see. I want to make it look more earthy and less. Especially when you're painting the base, sometimes it's good to be a little bit messy. It will make it look more natural. And now I'm going to paint the skeletons, the skulls. And I'm going to use skeleton hold. Now it's okay. Okay. These ladies, normally I do them with dark skin. I do my dark elves with dark skin. It's a challenge because then they can do very dark but I will keep the look of the dark skin. So I will start with Zygo Brown, and I go for a brown dark skin. No Zygo Brown, sorry, Gorgunta. I'm going to change my recipe. I'm going to start Gorgunta, and then I will do Zygo Brown. No Zygo Brown, Aqua Clear Shade. See if I can make it darker. It's not the really draw look because the draws have more a greyish brown. Dark skin is more like, I don't know what to call it. It's more greyish in a way, but I took the inspiration from them. And I can understand why they put light skin on these guys, because it contrasts more when you go for dark clothes. But on the other side, I wanted to do something different. No. I guess this is the skin one. Main difficulty you will have if you want to use contrast on this, but they are not a good purple contrast. The sheesh is too dark and the other ones are too pinkish. So you have to still use standard base colors for that. But for the skin, this Gorgonda, and then if we apply another shade, we're going to have a very good point to start. Tiger Brown will be very dark and will cover, will not help you to see the details. The other option is to give 2 layers of Gorgonda, but then you will start losing the shading and the good thing of the contrast. The contrast, if you do too many layers, you start losing the shading effect that they have to do. Here you have. I love this barbell. I really like it. This guy has very little skin visible. The arms. Oh. I'm wondering if this is this part. Like this. Wait, is this skin? It's curious that they are having the belly visible. This as well. With the screen. Good. It's quite musculated. On the hand. Again, I have a feeling these guys have very long fingers. Very long fingers. This brown on this side. Just to be sure. Yeah, the intention is not to do any painting there. To be sure that it's not going to be the white visible. Okay, let's make a look to our rats. We're going to start finalizing here the knife. Just finalizing these little creepy creatures. So here you see how the rat is looking like. It's dirty, it's dark, it's what you're looking for. Okay. The only thing I want to do is I'm going to take a bone color and I'm going to do here it's you can do this eye red. I will do it red. Let's do it red. It's going to be more. But you can do it white, right? Here is where you can have dogs, existential dogs, if you want to do it. But we can do it one red and one. I'm applying red. Then I will apply orange. This will look good enough. And then I will add red around the orange. Like that. Yeah. Now we are going to take some bone color. So we are going to take some bone color. And I'm going to touch the teeth especially. Want them to pop up a little bit. Though this part of the miniature is very, very messy. We are going to touch a little bit upper part. This. Just some highlights here and there. Just to pop up a little bit the bone. You don't need to do too much, and it's up to you if you want to leave it darker or lighter the bone. nobody has cleaned up these bones, so they should not be too clean. They should not be too white because they should have rest of the skin and muscles and blood dry there. So it should be quite messy. I think like that we can leave the rat like that. Okay. Again, we can do the room later on. Save time now here because I want to show you as well how the imp is looking like. Okay. Here the imp, we have two choices. We can go again for a red eye, or we can go. I will go for a yellow eye this time. This yellow is yellow. Okay. So you can see it's not fully dry. The aggressive shade, but it's going to be good enough to do what I want to do. So you can do red eyes, or you just go for yellow, like that. We also do it there. We wait that this dries. I want to be sure that this is dry. I'm going to put some purple black in the palette. I don't know why I don't have the black yet in the palette. And what we are going to do, we add a vertical line here. And now one there. And I will keep the teeth in the bone color. The rest I will keep it like if there is bone. Okay, I will not touch anything. Just the last tail is chewing a gold coin. So let's make it gold. And here we have another one ready. Because to be fair, this part is so small that you don't need to do anything else, okay? Ready for gaming. Even if it's this stain here can be that the wood is staining it. So it's, for me, it's looking good enough for the tabletop. So we can do the rim and call it done. So here you have. So I will finalize here the live for today. There you can see. I think it's looking quite nice. This is the rat. The rat, I like it how it looks like. It's creepy. Okay. So I hope you have enjoyed this one. And let me just put back my camera. And I can say goodbye to all of you. Okay. I have some people working today. It's a pity that I wasn't able to talk with some of you. Yeah, I know that I'm not telling this in front, and sometimes it's difficult for you to know when I'm going to go live. I would like to be more organized in the future, but it's difficult because I try to adapt my life when I'm available. So anyway, if you're looking this, watching this later on, I hope you have enjoyed. We have done all the tokens that goes in the core city. I'm quite happy with the progress, and as well, we have started to paint the dark elf from the uh, Warhammer Underworlds Nethermaze. So that's all for today. I hope you have enjoyed this live. Please give a like if you have liked it, share if you think other people can be interested, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.